What's going on, everybody? It's your boy C-Zar with C-Zar Gets Crypto, and we are talking about XDC today. Not XDC, though I'm sure the people holding XDC probably feel just as euphoric. Looking at this thing, man, yesterday I made a video that said XDC network pump dump inbound, and I believe that was at 8.428 cents. We're at 8.6 cents, so we're a little bit higher now than we were yesterday. And the day actually today, on this candle, which opened up about 4 hours and 15 minutes ago, 4 hours and 12 minutes ago, I don't know. The high is at 9.3 cents, 9.3 cents. So it did go up a little bit, and that's okay. It could go up a little bit more, though. I do think we're at the top of the range now. Just as I did yesterday, think that we're at the top of the range. Even though we went up a little bit, overall, this is definitely the high, right? I'm thinking it's the high. We have this bearish divergence forming. Let's see actually here. Yeah, we actually had yesterday, whenever I made my video, I think we had 2 drives of bearish divergence. Yes, we did. And then with the daily close today, we actually don't have that anymore. So maybe this bearish divergence is negated. It's possible to say. To some degree, right, you do have a lower highs in the peaks here, and you do have higher highs, but I don't know. I don't know what to make of this, other than we've been overbought for a little while. We can stay overbought, but I do think that this move is probably coming close to its end, if not already has. Let's see, from bottom to top, we're up to the 1886. We are deep into this extension zone. It's red right now, but we could close the day green. There was that MLETR, which I forget what that stands for, right? Let's see, MLETR. Model law of electronic transferable records. Something happened. Let's see. With XDC, and I think that's why we're seeing this pump. I was actually looking at something. I don't know. Transfer project. There was something from the UK, and I'm pretty sure that they're looking at using XDC blockchain to do it. It doesn't say on here. Maybe this is just the idea before they actually made the official statement that XDC was going to be a part of that, or a facilitator of that. I don't fully understand it completely. A solution for here it is, UK Parliament, parliament.uk. A solution for electronic trade or documents and bills, trade documents. I'm sorry, can't read right now. Using a blockchain network, trade documents are self-issued as verifiable credentials by traders, or issued by a competent authority to the trader who stores them on their own system. The documents are digitally signed, blah, 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 blah. And right here it says XDC Trade Network PTE Ltd. And, if everything is exactly as it sounds, using solution to be developed using XDC network. Yeah, this is the big shit right here. This is pretty big news, man. You've got a government, the UK Parliament, actually saying that the solution is going to be developed using the XDC network, which is kind of crazy. That's pretty crazy. This is big shit for crypto, man. It's not just big shit for XDC, but I mean, it above all else, it definitely is. But generally, guys, everybody in the comments was saying, like, buy some XDC now. Like, this is big stuff. One of you, I forget who it was, but I didn't even know about the MLETR. The what's it called? What's it called again? The model law on electronic transferable records. I didn't know anything about that. I didn't know that's why this pump happened, but someone mentioned, why would anybody sell here? And the thing is, like, in the chart world, there's a good old saying that says, you buy the hype, you sell the news. So right now, the fact that this story came out, it's very bullish, but this has been, if it's through the UK Parliament, if there's probably other people, like big players in the world, that are involved in this. This is a story that has been developing, right? They didn't just type it out yesterday or in the last day, right? This is something that's been developing probably since down here, and once word was finalized, things started getting a move on. So I bet, and maybe even before that, right? Maybe that's where the base came from. I don't know, but the odds are, this news just dropped. Odds are that the people who are really cashing out on this thing, they didn't just hear about it. They've known about it for quite some time. And the reason why you say buy the hype, sell the news is because, you know, there might not have been any hype. I don't know. Maybe there was talk about it being on the model law on electronic transferable records. Maybe there was talk about that. I don't know. I wasn't involved in the media with that point. I just read charts. But you sell the news because once the good news comes out, that's generally when retail buyers, when people who FOMO in at the top, whenever people who get excited and they think that this is the next big thing, and it is, it's probably very good for it in the long term, but nothing moves in a straight line, you guys. Nothing moves in a straight line. It's very common to have pullbacks. Could this thing keep going? It's possible, but you know, and Bitfinex is a really bad example, in my opinion, of a exchange to use. But there is no volume on this move up, which isn't necessarily encouraging. But again, you know, looking back, there was a lot of volume back here. Maybe there's a different exchange or means of trading this thing that just isn't on Bitfinex. You know, I don't even know who uses Bitfinex anymore, but out of all the charts I could find, Bittrex, Bitfinex, maybe KuCoin. Yeah, okay, here we go. Yeah, that's a better volume read right there, actually. You're getting increasing volume, you know, from this chart. That actually looks better. I wonder, yeah, KuCoin is where it's at, man. I should be using this chart, honestly. Wow, this is way better. On KuCoin, we actually went up to, let's see, almost 9.5 cents. Almost 9.5 cents. Maybe this is the chart to use, actually. It doesn't have as much historical data, but there's no funkiness in the lower term time frames. There's definitely more volume being traded here. You did bounce off of the 1414. If you want to see continuation, what's very common whenever you reject some area in the extension zones, whether it's the 1414, the 1272, the 1618, whatever, it's very common to come back and bounce off of the 886. It's common to come back and bounce off the 786 or even the 618, even the 69, whatever, but more commonly than any of them, I would say the 886. So we are in that area now. So if this thing wants to continue to climb a little bit higher, I would say basically, you know, because this yellow line is right here at this open and close there. Just hold this level here, hold that level there. I do think that we're due for some downside, but maybe there's one more leg up. It's totally possible. But let's see. Let's look at, now that we're using the right chart, actually. On a 1 hour, we do have bearish divergence presenting itself, but this RSI looks strong. It's been strong for a while. Definitely strong price moves to follow. On the 4 hour, bearish divergence is presenting itself. You know, to play out, it really just needs to come a little bit lower, but if it was to come lower, I would think that might be the top. Let's go on the daily. The daily, this to me does look more like classic bearish divergence, but you know, you still have this wigwag in between, but I don't know. I feel like it does look a little bit different on this chart, a little bit better. Man, on the daily, you are very, very hot on your RSI. Getting anywhere near this overbought zone is a testament of strength for sure. I don't think it tops off here. I don't think this is the top, though it might be a momentary high. And where would we go from here if we were to have a momentary high? You know, maybe we go to this previous area. Maybe we go to the top of this where the closing basis was there. Maybe we go to the bottom of it where the closing basis was there, as we did previously, you know, something like that. And this was a previous area to top. Maybe I need to move this line down even, like somewhere around here, right? Look at the support you found once, twice, resistance that you found 3 times. You even actually tipped on it on this week right here, which we might be able to see better on the daily. Yeah, you double bounced right off of that. So around 4.6 cents could be in the cards for a retracement for this thing. Let's see what it looks like on a fib scale, actually. Let's go on the weekly again, because I just feel like it's easier to... Oh, man, I don't know where to take this fib. Maybe from this low to this high. Wow, the 618, the golden ratio itself, right at that line, which is, you know, right in line with these previous highs. I bet we do go down there. That's, you know, that's totally fair. And if not, somewhere just below this white line, maybe around the 382, that's totally to be expected, which would put us still around 6 cents. And I think I said that in my last video, actually, was like around 6 cents to 4.5 cents, now that I'm remembering, actually. From low to high... You know, the 0.5 is there now. The 618 is a little bit lower. We could go to the 618 or the 69 here. That's possible too. I don't know, man. I kind of like this fib a little bit more because it's a little bit more relative, right? If we're on the monthly, you know, this could be the fib to look for, but on the monthly, it's a longer term time frame. It wouldn't surprise me if we held the 382. We could wick below it, go down to the 0.5, which is right around where that 618 is on the shorter, on the more relative fib, right? The 618 is like right around that same same area as this 0.5 is, and the white line itself, previous areas of support, previous area of resistance, which, by the way, that's around that like 4.7 to 4.4 area. I really like that as a potential bottoming range. But again, on the monthly, looking at it like this might not be the top. So measuring it from here, you know, it could keep going. And if it was to keep going, it'd be very common to find a support zone right at the 382. Does that mean that we can't wick below it? We absolutely can. We can totally wick below it, come back up and close the month above it. I'm not talking about this month. I just mean probably in the months to come. But I'm trying to be the voice of reason here. Maybe I'm the voice of a madman and I'll be proven wrong yet again another day where we go up even higher. But to be fair, guys, you know, the original, back whenever I talked about this thing on this day here, I did say that I thought we could go anywhere from about 8 cents to 9.5 cents. And in my video, I actually said 80 cents to 95 cents, but I meant 8 to 9.5 cents. I had my decimals off. And I had my reasons for that, though. I'm not going to go over that now. If you want to watch that video, you can. I'm not making that up. But I did forego that, I think, somewhere on this day, or maybe it was even before this pump, actually. It might have been over here. Because this was looking like, you know, it was looking, we had our bearish divergence. The RSI was looking like it wanted to roll over, as did price. But it didn't. It didn't. To be fair, you know, looking at this thing, man. And I didn't use this chart. I wish I did, because on the shorter time frames, it's a little bit more obvious. You've got these higher lows. You've got these higher highs that you're maintaining. Like, it actually does look kind of good, to be completely fair. You're getting this lower volume where you're, like, ready to break out of the range, and what you do, you actually climbed up. And then this right here, I feel like should have been the signal that you were going to climb higher. But I didn't look at KuCoin. I was looking at Bitfinex, so, you know, screw me, whatever. But and volume matters, man, and price action matters, and that's why, like, having this kind of price action versus, let's go back to it, XDC USD on Bitfinex, you know, versus this shit. Like, there's a big difference. I'm a lot more, and I know more or less it is the same, but I'm not as confident looking at a chart like this. I'm much more confident looking at a chart like this. I don't like spotty stuff. You can still do TA on it. I just don't like it personally. I like stuff like this, a little more solidified. Again, from top to bottom, you are at the 1414. You are testing the 886 right now. It is possible that we could get a little bounce even and go up to the 886, or the 1272. I'm sorry, up to the 1618 even. It's possible. It's also possible to keep going down from here. And if we were to go up here, I would say that we are going to see an impending crash somewhere again down around about, let's say, anywhere from about 4.3 cents, 4.4 cents. to 6 cents, somewhere in that range. And the reason for that, again, is sorry, that's if you guys hear that, that's my cat. He's coughing up a hairball. The reason for that is there is a 618 retracement right down there, right there. And not only that, but it's a previous area where we had a weekly top. We had weekly support. We had weekly support back here. It is somewhat of a significant area. So finding support at 4.5 cents would be pretty cool to see. But we might not go there. You know, I'm sure a lot of eyes are there. So maybe instead we find support somewhere within this range overall, this price range. Maybe not quite at this line. Maybe not quite at this line. But somewhere in between. But I don't know. There's a lot of stuff lining up with this, and I bet there are a lot of eyes on this right now. So my anticipation for that would be that we make a move like we're gonna touch that line. We don't quite get to it actually, and then we go up from there. I wouldn't be surprised by that. I also wouldn't be surprised if we bounced right off of it. If we went too much lower than this line, maybe we go just below it, but I wouldn't expect that we go too dramatically lower. If we do, something's wrong with this thing. The news that we're receiving is like we're missing something, you know, or maybe it's just being volatile. I don't know, but XDC, you know, it is a top tier coin. We are in the number 44 ranking with a circulating supply of 13.85 billion and a market cap of 1.151 billion. There's still a lot of XDC locked up, but you know that's okay. There's plenty of coins that have locked up coins that. You think we're lost? Why? Okay. I don't know why. I want to update it. Let's see here. Just make sure I'm looking at it right. 43, actually. It's number 43, not number 44. That's why they were lost. No, but you know, fully diluted, this market cap would be over 2.5 times what it currently is. Not quite 3 times, but almost there. That is a lot of coins to have locked up, but I wouldn't be surprised if this was locked up in some kind of DAO or some kind of rewards system, you know, for participating or staking or whatever. I don't know too much about XDC. I have looked into it a little bit, but I probably should look into it a little bit more. All I do, guys, really, I don't read. I just do charts. I'm a chart guy. I do read. I'm not saying I don't read, but I just mean I don't look too much at the fundamentals of coins. I'm just a chart guy, you know. If something really catches my eye, like this one does right now, not gonna lie, seeing this kind of news with the MLETR, that definitely does catch my attention. I will read into stuff like that. I'll look at the white paper. I'll read into the project more. But most coins, I don't do that with, you know. If I'm going to invest in one personally, I'll read in one. You know, I like to know what I'm investing in. But most of the coins I talk about on here, I don't invest in. You know what I mean? I do it because you guys want to see it, or you know, maybe they're interesting, maybe they're a hot topic, whatever. But right now, this thing is definitely a hot topic. If nobody's talking about it, I don't know why. Because this is some big shit right here, man. Just going with. The UK Parliament, like that's like literally, it's not news, it's official. It's literally on parliament.uk. They got a whole PDF talking about how they're going to implement their MLETR through XDC. That's crazy, man. This is big things. And again, it's not just big for this coin itself. It's big for all of crypto, but this is for this coin especially. It's big shit. So bright future for XDC. Where could it go? You know, with its current market cap of about 1 point whatever billion, if it was fully diluted, it's at 3 billion. Is 100x possible? It certainly is. I would say even more so than I thought, honestly. And a 100x from here would bring it to about $8.40, right? And that would be all the way up past this 2618. Are prices possible up there? Could we see that from the current price? Yes. Yes, absolutely, it is. And then if price was to go down to around the areas that I'm thinking of, which is around 4.5, maybe, you know, at least below 6 cents. Man, the 382 on this overall fib is also right there. You could see much more than a 100x. You could see a 160x on this thing. So exciting, bright future for XDC, no doubt. But in the meantime, guys, voice of reason here. I do think we're overdue for a little bit of a correction. It's totally normal. It's nothing to freak out about. Volume is building as you're moving higher. Maybe we do get another leg up. It's totally possible. But you know, if today was red and we bearishly engulfed this candle, that would be a pretty strong indicator that we might have had a temporary high. If it's red at all, that's not an indicator. We very well could go up the next coming days. You know, we had a red day here that went over half this body, and then we continued to build higher. Maybe we're doing something like that now, where we just kind of stall for a week, and then we have our last push up. But either way, this thing probably is coming to the end of its move. Maybe it does have one last leg up, but I don't know, I'd be kind of surprised by that, because looking at it, right, from its previous all-time high, or its current all-time high to its current all-time low, we are in that magical zone where we're between the 618 and the 69. We actually like literally tipped right off there, potentially seeing some strong resistance there, or resistance. We have bearish divergence here on the 4 hour, bearish divergence on the 1 hour as well. We were overbought for a while on the 1 hour, and we're pretty overbought on like all time frames. So it's just a matter of time before this thing comes down. If it were to go up from here, if it were to have one more leg up, maybe we go to the 786, which is at about 12 cents around there. It could go to 12 cents. I doubt that we see an 886. I would more expect the 786, but it could go all the way up to 15 cents even. On more immediate term time frames, let's see if that lines up with anything actually. Let's see here. I said more immediate term time frames. Here I am on the weekly, but just comparing it to like the more immediate stuff. Yeah, you know, somewhere behind or just under 12 cents could be possible, or like between 10 to 12 cents. That's possible. 15 cents, I would say not as likely, though possible still, right? But I would say the most likely thing, in my opinion, is just the same thing that I've been saying this whole video, is that I think that we have found our top. If not, we're very, very close to it. So again, just to tie it all up in a nice little bow, I think that we're about to go somewhere around these previous highs here. If not somewhere around these previous highs, or more likely somewhere in between. So and that would be around like 4.4 to 6 cents, somewhere in that area. So if you guys like the video, leave a thumbs up, subscribe to see more, and we will keep our eyes on this thing, because that is some big shit, man. That is some big old, this is a big deal. This is a pretty big, at least it sounds like a big deal to me, man. What do I know? You know, like I said, I don't read too much, but it sounds like a big deal to me. So, and apparently it sounds like a big deal to the speculators too. We're seeing that come in, you know. So that's all I got to say. Take care, everybody. Have a good day.